Assalamu alaikum dear students. So this is my fifth video lecture on chapter number 9, that is current electricity. So inshallah in this video lecture we will study remaining use of potentiometer, that is to find internal resistance of cell, then few practical application of potentiometer, and last advantage of potentiometer over a voltmeter. As we have already studied the A part of the use of potentiometer, that was to compare the EMF of these cells. So this is the B part of the use of potentiometer, that is to find internal resistance, that is small r of a cell. So this is an experimental setup for this method. It consists of a potentiometer wire AB connected in series with a cell of EMF E through a key K1 with the rheostat. You can see this part. Now the terminal A is at higher potential than terminal B, as you can say that the positive terminal of the battery is connected at A and negative is to the B. So we can say that A is at higher potential than terminal B. Now a cell of EMF E1 whose internal resistance R is to be determined is connected to the potentiometer wire through a galvanometer with a jockey J. A resistance box R is connected across the cell E1 through the K2. Similarly, here we are also going to consider two steps. So these steps are, so for this step 1, let's consider the key K1 is closed and key K2 is kept open. So what will happen here? So current will pass throughout the circuit. A galvanometer will show some deflection. So if we have obtained the null point, suppose the length that we have obtained null point, it will be small l. That is the length of the point A to the null point. It will be small l1. So here, according to the principle of potentiometer, we know that V is nothing but KL. Fine. Now the length that L1 we have obtain the null point, so this length will be correspond to the EMF of E1. So here the potential difference is nothing but correspond to E1 only. So we can say that E1 is nothing but K, and instead of this L we know that E1 correspond to the length L1, so it will be here E1 is equal to KL1. So suppose this is your equation number 1, where we know that K is nothing but the potential gradient that we have studied in previous lecture. Now step 2. So for step 2, consider both the keys, that is K1 and K2, are closed now. So what will happen here? The current will flow throughout the circuit because K2 is also closed. So overall potential of this circuit will be nothing but correspond to the potential, that is nothing but potential difference V. So again galvanometer will show some deflection. Okay, so if we got the null point, if we obtained null point, now the length, suppose the length of this wire will nothing but L2. So it will be KL2. Fine. So this will be your equation number 2 now. So compare equation number 1 and 2. So we will have E1 upon V is equal to KL1 upon KL2, that is nothing but KK cancel. So we are having L1 upon L2. So suppose this is your equation number 3. Now consider loop, this loop P Q S T P, this ground part, P Q S T P. So here if you are going to apply a Ohm's law, so Ohm's law is nothing but V is equal to IR for this case. when both the keys are closed, and when you are going to apply Kirchhoff's laws for the first case. So here E1 is nothing but I. See, at this point we are having internal resistance small r and an external resistance, that is the resistance box capital R. Fine, from which we can select the suitable value. So here two resistances are here, so we can say that E is equal to I R1, sorry, capital R plus small r. So now we are having the value of V, we are having the value of E1, so we can substitute this E value, both the values, in equation number 3. So now equation number 3 will become E1, instead of this E1 we can write I R plus R upon V is nothing but I R is equal to L1 upon L2 will be remain same, L1 upon L2. So I is to be cancelled, so we are having capital R plus small r upon capital R is nothing but L1 upon L2. Fine. So separate the denominator, R upon R plus small r upon capital R, so is equal to L1 upon L2. So finally R will cancel, 1 plus small r upon capital R is equal to L1 upon L2. So R upon R is equal to L1 L2. This plus 1 will nothing but minus 1. What we have to find? We have to find internal resistance that is small r is to determine. So small r will be at their place. Small r is equal to L1 upon L2 minus 1 into capital R. So this is the formula to find internal resistance of the cells. So here the R is what? The selected value that we have selected from the resistance box. So we know that L1 and L2 both are the length of the wire. That is also we know that because below this wire a meter scale is fixed. So by substituting the value of L1, L2 and capital R, so we can determine the value of internal resistance, that is small r. So this is the formula to determine the internal resistance of R by potentiometer. So the use of potentiometer that we have discussed are used in laboratory. There are some practical application of potentiometer, and these are voltage divider, audio control and potentiometer as a sensor. So let's discuss one by one. The potentiometer can be used as a voltage divider to continuously change the output voltage of voltage supply. As you can see in the diagram, potential capital V is set up between point A and B of potentiometer wire. One end of a device is connected to positive point capital A and other end is connected to a slider that can move along wire AB. The voltage capital V divides in proportion of lengths, that is L1 and L2, as you can see in the diagram. So this is how a potentiometer can be used as a voltage divider. Now in the image, the right side of the image is nothing but sliding potentiometer and the left one is a rotary potentiometer. Sliding potentiometer are commonly used in modern low power audio system as audio control devices. Both sliding and rotary potentiometer are regularly used for loudness control and for controlling different characteristics of audio signals. Now the third use, potentiometer as a sensor. If the slider of the potentiometer is connected to the moving part of the machine, it can work as a motion sensor. A small displacement of moving part causes change in potential, which is further amplified using an amplifier circuit. The potential difference is calibrated in terms of a displacement of a moving part. Now, advantage of potentiometer over a voltmeter. So there is some merits and demerits. So let's discuss first merits. Number one, a potentiometer is more sensitive than a voltmeter. That means it can give you an accurate reading. Second, potentiometer can be used to measure a potential difference as well as an EMF of cell. A voltmeter always measures the terminal potential difference, and as it draws some current, it cannot be used to measure an EMF of cell. So as we have discussed the use of potentiometer, so in that we can use the potentiometer to find the EMF of a resistance and also to find the internal resistance of the cell, where voltmeter cannot be used for this purpose. Number 3, measurement of potential difference or EMF is very accurate in the case of potentiometer. A very small potential difference of order of 10 to 6 volt can be measured with it. Least count of a potentiometer is much better compared to that of a voltmeter. Demerits: potentiometer is not portable and direct measurement of potential difference or EMF is not possible, while in voltmeter you can easily measure. So inshallah on 19th May 2020 I will have my 6th video lecture, and in that we will discuss regarding galvanometer. Thank you.